This is CBC Winnipeg News.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us on this Monday. Hundreds of people remain out of their homes in Peguis First Nation following a large grass fire. That fire ravaged the community on Sunday, burning several structures and one home. The CBC's Josh Crabb gives us a look at the damage.
A home burned to its foundation. This is all that's left of it after a large grass fire on Sunday ripped through Peguis First Nation.
My daughter phoned me and said I think you have to evacuate. They're calling the people to evacuate.
Evacuees, including Elder Alice Thomas, went to the community hall for safety. Thick clouds of smoke filled the sky and strong winds fanned the flames. Peguis declared a state of emergency and ordered mandatory evacuations of homes in the fire zone. Chief Stan Bird says 340 people were moved temporarily to hotels in Selkirk and Winnipeg.
I prayed in my own way that there wouldn't be a loss of human life. That's how serious it was. People wanted to protect their homes. They were, we had to get the RCMP, our First Nation safety officers, to tell them that they had to leave their home.
Firefighters from Peguis, surrounding communities, and First Nations worked into the early morning. By Monday, the fire was under control. Crews are still assessing the destruction. The homes they saved may have smoke damage. The owner of this home and the surrounding farm property came to survey the damage. He didn't want to talk to reporters on camera, but he told me his niece was staying here. She and her family made it out safely. Chief Bird tells us there were no life-threatening injuries in the fire, but the First Nations fire chief did get treated for smoke inhalation.
The priority yesterday was the homes, save the homes. We've lost one home, which is truly unfortunate.
There have also been fire evacuations in Penamatang First Nation. For Peguis, evacuations are nothing new. The First Nation has been ravaged by flooding several times.
I feel so bad for the people that lost their belongings.
The fire was caused by human activity, but there is no official word on exactly what happened. Josh Crabb, CBC News, Peguis First Nation.
Wildfires are also forcing some people out of their homes on the west side of the province. Provincial crews are attacking flames near the Paw from the ground and from the air with water bombers. As of this afternoon, that fire was said to be about 90% contained, but evacuees will remain out of their homes and the situation will be reassessed on Tuesday. Updates are being provided on the RM of Kelsey's Facebook page. It's also set up a reception center at the Westcana Inn. Conditions are dry right across the province. There are a number of fire restrictions in place, including here in the city of Winnipeg. Backyard fire pits, fireworks, as well as charcoal and wood-burning barbecues cannot be used as of now. That ban began at 6 this evening and will be in place for the next 2 weeks. All existing permits are suspended. A number of municipalities outside the city have also put burn restrictions of their own in place. You can check with your local municipality or visit the province's website for more details. Hundreds gathered in Winnipeg today to honor missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, and Two-Spirit people. It is the first Red Dress Day since a Winnipeg serial killer was convicted and his lone unknown victim identified. The CBC's Rosanna Hempel was there.
They held banners and said their loved ones' names. Hundreds marched in red, honoring missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls. Sue Caribou led the way, walking for her niece, Tanya Nipanak, who disappeared in 2011.
None of our loved ones belong in trash.
It's the first Red Dress Day since the conviction of Winnipeg serial killer Jeremy Skibitsky in the murders of 4 Indigenous women. Grand Chief Kyra Wilson applauded the drive to search Prairie Green landfill. It recovered the remains of 2 victims in February, Mercedes Myron and Morgan Harris. The Assembly now calls for another search.
And we are aware that 2 of our women are there at Brady landfill. I want to say their names, Ashley Shingoose and Tanya Nipanak.
This year's walk began at Memorial Park and ended at the Forks. A day earlier, the life of Rebecca Contois was celebrated. She was Skibitsky's last victim. Her brother is grateful for the support.
It's emotional. I'm trying not to show it, but I am deep down, I'm feeling very emotional.
On Monday, the province announced families of MMIWG will soon be able to access funding to help them search for loved ones. The money comes from the province's $25 million endowment fund. The province says it grew by $650,000 in half a year.
It's a painful journey, but this will help these families. This will bring healing and hopefully closure to the families.
Families say they aren't giving up on their loved ones. Rosanna Hempel, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Well, with the warm weather comes motorcycle season in Manitoba, and advocates are reminding drivers and riders to share the road responsibly and safely. Motorcyclists gathered in front of the Legislative Building over the weekend to mark Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month. Representatives from Manitoba Public Insurance, police, as well as the province were there. The Coalition of Manitoba Motorcycle Groups says the goal is to remind other drivers that motorcyclists are back on the road with the warmer weather.
Everyone being aware of your surroundings. Make sure you're not involved in distracted driving, and for the motorcyclists to operate their vehicle properly within the speed limits, within the laws. And if everyone's operating properly and aware of their surroundings, I think that we would have a safe riding season.
The event comes just a week after Winston Sapena was killed while riding his motorcycle north of Winnipeg. Dozens attended a rally for the 30-year-old father after the event. His bike collided with a 3-ton truck that was turning west off of Highway 9 last Saturday. RCMP say the 67-year-old truck driver had his license suspended under the Highway Traffic Act. All right, well, have you taken a breath yet? It was a dramatic ending to the series that went the distance as the Winnipeg Jets punched their ticket to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. From fans to business owners, many in the city are excited about what's on the horizon. The CBC's Gavin Axelrod has more.
You may have heard the eruption of cheers across the Manitoba capital. The Winnipeg Jets punching their ticket to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs in double overtime of the do-or-die Game 7 against the St. Louis Blues Sunday night.
Winnipeg, we got it, baby! Keep going, keep giving us more, we got it, dude!
I'm speechless, I don't even know, it was so electrifying being in there.
Winnipeg trailed almost the entire game, but rallied in the dying minutes of the third period with goalie Connor Hellebuck pulled. Then, pandemonium, as the tying goal was scored with seconds on the clock, forcing overtime.
I was like, I don't want to drive home yet. We gotta watch this. We gotta watch them tie it. I couldn't believe it was gonna happen.
Many in Manitoba were probably still recovering from that thrilling finish. But like the players, Willie Dog's owner Will Galt is turning his focus to round 2 and beyond. His hot dog cart will set up shop at the White Out street party for Game 1 against the Dallas Stars.
If they go all the way, so roughly we'd be looking at 10 to 12,000 sales.
Galt says being at the parties can also lead to other business opportunities.
It recognizes you also for other people to showcase your food. With that many people in the venue that want to book you for corporate events or school barbecues or private parties.
At Icetime Sports, owner Michael Wynn is also gearing up for round 2. But he needs more white clothing to make this Top Gun themed apparel. That's because he can't keep it on the shelves. Not a bad problem to have.
I could see us moving more this round. Just the buzzes for the second round has just been incredible.
And Wynn says demand is already high.
It's been awesome. We've been the phone's been going nonstop.
It's the first time since 2021 the Jets have made it to round 2. Puck drop for Game 1 is set for 8:30 Wednesday night. Gavin Axelrod, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Certainly a nice night for that White Out street party last night. Another hot day today. My car thermometer this afternoon read 31 degrees as I was driving in downtown Winnipeg. Let's get a first check on our forecast now with weather specialist Ethan Williams.
Well, Riley, another scorcher across parts of southern Manitoba again Monday, over the 30-degree mark, especially the further southeast you are. Temperatures, of course, not conducive for the fire situation that we're seeing in the province. But you see this pretty sharp cold front that started moving through, and that means daytime highs back out to the west through the parklands, only getting into sort of those mid-teens. And it's in that area where that cold front is that we've been seeing some on and off showers through the day, and even some thunderstorms at times as well. Been trying to get those to stretch a bit further southward, but it looks like we may get some showers later tonight into that area, but the chance is slim. So for Winnipeg, skies already clearing by Tuesday morning over the 10-degree mark. Keep in mind a breezy day for most of the day as we head into Tuesday. Temperatures, though, dropping as that cold front moves through, so only expecting a high of around 17 degrees, but those windy conditions not great for the fires. I'll let you know about that and other details in your forecast coming up.
All right, sounds good. Thanks so much, Ethan. Abhi Khan is promising the Progressive Conservatives under his leadership will represent Manitobans in a dignified way. Khan began his first day in the Legislative Chamber as party leader by apologizing and then by promising better behavior. For more, we're joined by the CBC's Ian Fraze in the newsroom. So Ian, what did Khan have to say today?
Well, now he's the one apologizing for the former PC government's refusal to search the landfill for the remains of First Nations women. Interim leader Wayne Owasco apologized for this 2 months ago, and now Khan is doing the same. When I asked Khan why he did not do this earlier, he said this.
I think it was really impactful to have it today as the leader of the party. Now I'm the official leader of the Progressive Conservative Party, so the leader would, inform, policy and decisions and directions we're going. So it's clear this is where I'm at.
Khan also promised his party would behave better in the legislature going forward. We did not hear any heckling from the Tories today, but whether that lasts remains to be seen.
All right, so what was NDP leader Wab Kinew saying about Khan's new role?
Well, Kinew ignored the occasion. There was no congratulations in the chamber, which is pretty standard. Kinew only congratulated Khan when the media asked him. Now, it's fair that these two men have been at odds before, but it also sounds like Kinew wasn't in any rush to reach out.
Have you spoken to him by phone since, or in person prior to question period today?
No.
You don't want to reach out?
No.
Why not?
No one ever reached out and congratulated me.
Okay, we're good. Thank you.
I'll take a concession call on election night 2027, though.
Kinew spent much of question period on the offensive, continuing to claim that Khan supports Donald Trump's tariffs. While it is true that Khan did thank Trump for the tariffs, he thanked him because it may have led to Justin Trudeau's resignation. Khan insists he does not support the tariffs. Riley.
All right, thank you, Ian. That's the CBC's Ian Fraze in the newsroom. Manitoba Public Health is warning about a measles exposure location in southern Manitoba. If you were at the Superstore in Winkler on April the 28th between 4 and 6 p.m., you are being asked to call HealthLinks. This follows a warning by the province about 4 other locations. They include the Winners in Winkler, as well as the C.W. Weeb Medical Center and Dynacare's Blood and Medical Test Lab. People may have also been exposed at Gretna Elementary School. Manitoba is up to 10 confirmed and 4 probable cases of measles. One Northern Manitoba First Nation is holding its first Red Dress Day event today. It comes as the community of St. Teresa Point mourns one of its own. Earlier this year, Ashley Shingoose was identified as the previously unknown victim of a Winnipeg serial killer. The CBC's Rosanna Hempel brings us more on how they are marking this day.
Precious Pascal, Teresa Robinson, Kathleen Wood, Annie Little, Tammy Nadaway, Charlotte Wood, Ashley Shingoose, and Andrea Harper. The names of 8 loved ones, 8 missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls from the Island Lake region of northern Manitoba. This May 5th, St. Teresa Point is holding its first Red Dress Day event to honor them.
This is just one example of that, of how resilient we are as a people. We're not going to shy away from how much it hurts, we're going to do our best to challenge and contribute to the solution.
Tanya Dawn McDougall says her community is coming together at the school for dance, music, and prayer. They'll dress in red, light candles, and say their loved ones' names. In March, Ashley Shingoose was identified as the unknown victim of a Winnipeg serial killer. She'd been given the name Buffalo Woman, or Mushkade Bishake Ikwe Iban. McDougall says her case is why they're marking Red Dress Day this year.
For us, it's a matter of life and death. I want to protect these girls before they have to move to the city.
Red Dress Day has been observed on May 5th since 2010. Initiatives to further empower and protect Indigenous women, girls, and gender-diverse people are ongoing. One of those is the Red Dress Alert.
We are doing groundbreaking work that's going to save lives and that is needed, and that is going to give something to the families when they are looking for their loved one.
Denise Cook leads the Missing Person Alert project at the nonprofit Giganaway. They've held nearly 24 community and family consultations around the province to help guide how it will be developed.
It isn't just about the alert itself getting out, it's also about how the families will be supported through that whole process.
Cook expects the alert system to be ready this fall. In the meantime, McDougall hopes Red Dress Day brings awareness and healing to St. Teresa Point. Rosanna Hempel, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Well, another windy day across at least the southern part of the province, but what a lot of southern Manitoba could use right now is a good soaking rain. Don't think that's in the cards, though. Let's get another check on our Manitoba forecast with weather specialist Ethan Williams.
Well, Riley, the fire risk in the province still quite elevated, especially in southern and eastern parts of the province, rather. Especially, you can see Winnipeg right about here, and this is where we have fire kind of risks into that extreme range, the highest it can go on the scale. But even if you're in kind of the yellow and orange areas through much of the rest of southern Manitoba, still quite a high risk, and of course, a very high risk for human-caused fires in these areas over the next few days. This is the cold front that's been bringing through some showers into western parts of the province. That may bring a sprinkle or two overnight into the Red River Valley and to some eastern sections. Mostly just going to bring some cloud cover, though, and once that is out of here, high pressure starts to move back in for Tuesday, bringing clear skies, but temperatures cooler in behind that front for many of us. That is pretty much it as far as any significant weather activity over the next few days. Again, we really need the rain. Not a lot of it is coming, unfortunately. We'll show you the totals here. I think for most of the province, it's going to kind of be in that southwestern corner where we have those showers through the rest of this evening. But a lot of the rest of us picking up just a trace of accumulation, including into northern areas of the province. We have a bit of a cool down with that cold front, as I mentioned, but then things just going to get really warm once again as this ridge starts to develop under the jet stream and really amplifies as we get into sort of Wednesday and Thursday, with temperatures potentially back up into sort of that upper 20s range. Again, we're seeing winds starting to pick up as well as that cold front moves through overnight. So could be quite high in the Red River Valley as we get into the early morning hours. Starting to die down, though, I think, as we go through the day. And then those will pick up again as a next little system moves through early Wednesday morning for northern sections of the province. But if you are taking the dogs for a walk, well, the good news is you don't have to worry about the snow anymore, especially Patches and Ranger don't have to worry about that. I want to thank Kim and Dennis for sending in that shot. Reminder, you can send your pet photos anytime. Here is that warm-up I was talking about. Again, windy, especially in the morning as temperatures come down for Tuesday, then a rebound for Wednesday. Bright sunshine remains with us for Thursday as those temperatures near the 30-degree mark again. And again, those winds picking up for us as we head into the afternoon. Will there be any relief in sight from the warmth and the dryness? I'll have the details in your full 7-day forecast, Riley, coming up.
Prime Minister Mark Carney is getting ready for Tuesday's high-stakes meeting with Donald Trump in Washington. This is his first official trip to the White House after the Liberals won last week's election. The CBC's Kate McKenna reports.
Prime Minister Mark Carney on his way to meet with the president. It's his first big test since winning the election.
He's coming to see me. I'm not sure what he wants to see me about, but I guess he wants to make a deal.
In an interview that aired Sunday, U.S. President Donald Trump doubled down on his rhetoric that Canada would be better off as an American state.
When I look down at that without that artificial line that was drawn with a ruler many years ago, it was just an artificial line, goes straight across. You don't even realize what a beautiful country it would be.
Carney was elected in part to deal with Trump's repeated threats of tariffs and annexation.
Look, I go there with the expectation of constructive, difficult, but constructive discussions. That's the spirit of the conversations that the president and I had.
Well, I actually think there's a real opportunity for a U.S.-Canada reset here. And what I mean by that is tensions were clearly at an all-time high with former Prime Minister Trudeau. The relationship seemed to have improved after Trudeau stepped down and Carney took over as Prime Minister.
The agenda includes turning the page and trying to smooth out the trade relationship between the countries.
We would all love to see, a stop to tariffs as they're continuing just to cause an immense amount of uncertainty, a chill, if not a freeze, across the business community. However, realistically and practically speaking, I think tomorrow is about a reset.
My hope and our hope is that this will be the continuation of a productive conversation and a productive relationship between our two countries.
Prime Minister Mark Carney has said he wants to negotiate a new economic and security relationship with the United States. Some cabinet ministers will also be joining him on his trip to Washington, and he's been clear in the past, Canada will never become the 51st state. Kate McKenna, CBC News, Ottawa.
Now, Hollywood is the latest industry being targeted by Donald Trump's trade war. He is promising to slap a 100% tariff on all movies made outside of the United States. That threat puts Canada's so-called Hollywood North directly in the crosshairs. The CBC's Jamie Strachan now on how the latest salvo could impact the film industry here.
First rule is attack, attack, attack. When it comes to the movies and Donald Trump, few know more than Toronto producer Greg Denny.
I spent 2 years of my life focused on Donald Trump.
Denny produced the Trump biopic The Apprentice, shot mostly in Toronto. He says the president's latest tariff target of 100% on foreign-made movies miscalculates and misunderstands Canada's role.
From a Hollywood studio system standpoint, they depend on Canada.
This latest Trump plot twist proposes putting tariffs on all content shot outside of the U.S., longing for an era when most movies were made in Hollywood.
It's an industry now that's it's really left, it's abandoned the USA where it started. And we'll get it back.
Denny's latest project, the big name, big money feature Ready or Not, Here I Come, is shooting in Toronto, employing hundreds. He says movies, unlike steel or wood, are products made up by pieces and talent from around the world.
You can't just slap a tariff on the content of film and television. It's not easy. And, there's so many working parts.
Like a lot of things out of Washington these days, this latest threat, easy to dismiss but hard to ignore. That's why many in the industry here in Canada have no choice but to take this very seriously.
The president's proposal is incredibly hard to understand.
In BC, home to many U.S. productions, the story dominated Premier David Eby's press conference.
Try to imagine, as an American, an option for 2 versions of Netflix, one where you get just a handful of productions, the other where you pay $50 a month or $100 a month and you get to see what everyone else in the world gets to see.
Domestically in Canada, the film industry is worth more than $11 billion annually. With this latest Trump threat, like in the movies, many plot twists could be ahead. As they say, to be continued. Jamie Strachan, CBC News, Toronto.
Oh, quick warning. This next story includes details of alleged sexual assault that you might find disturbing. The complainant, known only as EM, testified in the sexual assault trial of 5 former Canadian World Junior hockey players. The CBC's Ali Chiasson reports from the courthouse in London, Ontario.
The woman known only as EM says things took a turn in Michael McLeod's hotel room after she had consensual sex with him. Quote, "I wasn't sure why he was dressed already and on the phone. I was waiting to see what was happening." She testified that she was uncomfortable and confused when other men from the hockey team entered the room. She recalls 7 or 8 men being in the room at one time. She alleges they towered over her, pressuring her to perform sex acts on them. Quote, "It seemed like the only safe thing to do was to give them what they were wanting." The Crown's case in this trial includes 2 short videos of EM saying it was all consensual. EM says it was not a reflection of how she was feeling and does not remember either of the videos being recorded.
A lot of people still have fixed in their brains that idea that no means no. And they think that is the barrier or the baseline for consent, but that's not accurate.
Toronto lawyer Anna Matas, who is not involved in this case, explains that consent can't be a blanket statement and, according to Canadian law, must be specific to each act or person.
If the situation changes, if another person is added in, or if there is a new act that is introduced, you have to get consent again.
The court saw a series of messages between McLeod and the complainant in the following days. He writes, "Did you go to the police after Sunday?" She replied to McLeod, "I talked to my mom about it, and she called, I think, but I told her not to. I don't want anything bad to come of it, so I told her to stop." McLeod wrote back, "You said you were having fun."
What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now!
All 5 of the accused hockey players have pleaded not guilty to sexual assault.
What do we want? Justice!
They were met with people from sexual assault survivor groups chanting as they walked into court.
It's extraordinarily rare for a victim of sexual assault to come forward and make a report to police and then for it to make it to trial.
We are here to show EM that she is not alone.
The judge had to remind the jury not to be swayed by the supporters and that they are only to consider the evidence and testimony. EM's testimony continues tomorrow with cross-examination from defense attorneys. Ali Chiasson, CBC News, London, Ontario.
The search for 2 missing children in a rural Nova Scotia enclave has entered its 4th day. 6-year-old Lily Sullivan and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan were last seen Friday morning. The children are believed to have wandered away from their home in Pictou County. Police and search teams have been combing the area. Rainy conditions have made their efforts more challenging. The public has been urged to stay away to allow trained crews to thoroughly search the wooded areas. Overseas, thousands lined the streets in the Netherlands for Liberation Day, marking the end of Nazi occupation in 1945. The ceremony also paid tribute to Canadian troops who played a big part in the fight to liberate the country. Chris Brown reports.
The Netherlands celebrated 80 years of freedom and the Canadian soldiers that helped win it at a terrible cost, with a parade that passed by the hotel in Wageningen where a Canadian general accepted the Nazi surrender. But it was away from the enormous crowds where some of the most poignant moments of this day happened.
Oh, you're a lovely boy.
George Morash of Calgary, who's 101, was a machine gunner during the war. For the last 4 years, he's had a young Dutch pen pal who he's been exchanging letters with about his experiences during the war. 18-year-old Frank de Bruin initially reached out for a school project, but he kept up writing.
I gotta get up.
And after the parade, the pair met in person for the first time.
Your letters were wonderful.
Thank you so much, George, for assuring me my freedom.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
It's because of him that I can stand here today and be happy. I couldn't imagine fighting right now in an army, and he did that at my age. Yeah, I can't imagine.
The meeting came about thanks to 2 Calgary police officers.
From the Calgary Police Service.
Claire Smart, who knew Morash, asked her Dutch-born colleague Margaret Reinders to do some detective work and find his school.
The moment when she said, like, yeah, he still has students here, he's in his senior year, that was the best part. It brought a tear to my eye. It was incredible.
It was also an emotional day for 99-year-old Jack Rossiter, a veteran of the Seaforth Highlanders of Vancouver. Rossiter fought his way across Italy and later Holland. Members of his old regiment found him at a hotel and gave him a moving musical tribute.
This to me is just
a real shocker. I never thought I'd meet with the gang again.
And these new personal connections may endure past this emotional weekend. Both Frank and George say they plan to keep writing to each other. Chris Brown, CBC News in Wageningen.
So an emotional and historic week there in the Netherlands. Well, this is also an historic week for the Roman Catholic Church. Cardinals will begin their conclave to select a successor to Pope Francis.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I must escape. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys.
Cardinals gathered for a general congregation earlier today. Their conclave will begin on Wednesday. About 130 cardinals are expected to enter the Sistine Chapel to begin their deliberations that morning. 4 Canadian cardinals are eligible to vote for the next pope. Some of the cardinals who paused briefly to speak with reporters this morning said they expect the conclave to last about 3 days. And of course, we will have special live coverage as the conclave gets underway and until there is an election. Our chief correspondent, Adrian Arsenault, will be live in Vatican City starting on Wednesday. That is from 10 a.m. Eastern on CBC News Network. Well, planting kindness, grow community. That is the theme for this year's Pay It Forward campaign in Winkler and Morden. The month-long campaign is an initiative launched by the Winkler Community Foundation and the Morden Community Foundation. And this is the 11th year for the campaign. And according to the foundations, it keeps growing and growing each year. Myra Peters is the executive director of the Winkler Community Foundation. So Myra, tell us, what is the Pay It Forward campaign?
The Pay It Forward campaign is an initiative to encourage the community to get involved and do something kind for someone without expecting anything in return, with the hope that it continues on and impacts our community.
Why is it important to do something like this, especially in your community?
I think it's a great way to build community. When you do something kind for someone, you feel good, and you're also making connections and hopefully making their day a little brighter, and it just builds the community.
What kind of impact does this have on people?
You know, sometimes we don't know the impact that we have when we share kindness with someone. Because we are running this campaign, I'm one of the lucky ones that gets to hear the stories, and I love to hear and see the acts of kindness that happen and how that has changed someone's day. It's changed their outlook, or it's just, you know, humanity is actually good and they care about others. And so there's so many different ways that it impacts people.
So you started this back in 2014. How has this initiative grown over the years in your communities?
We've seen more school groups and more businesses and individuals just take on the initiative on their own. We've had community barbecues to, community cleanup by the school groups. It feels like each year there's more and more groups that jump on board and do kindness.
And it really sounds like that this has had a really positive impact on both Morden and Winkler over the years.
Yeah, I think when you're looking for kindness, you tend to notice it more. And so when you're noticing it, you realize, wow, we really do have a great community.
Why should we be encouraging people to pay it forward?
I think the biggest reason we should be encouraging people to pay it forward is because it helps people feel like they belong, and it helps people be a part of a community and just makes an impact, a positive impact in the places where you live.
Well, I hope that people in Morden and Winkler are practicing kindness through the month of May and beyond, of course. Myra, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
A good reminder to always be kind to one another, no matter the month of the year. Let's get another check on our Manitoba forecast with Ethan Williams.
Well, you don't need me to tell you that it's been a hot couple of days throughout really all of the province, and some temperature records have been broken as a result. Near 31 degrees out in western parts of the province around Carberry and McCreary. A little further east, temperature records broken in Gimli and Fisher Branch. Gimli, this record going back all the way to 1952, at least for the date of May 4th anyway. And in Fisher Branch, quite a significant breaking of that record. The old record is 25 degrees. You got over the 30-degree mark, and even in Grand Rapids as well, the old record 24. You smashed that by over 6 degrees. Into northern Manitoba, again, there were records here as well, tying the record of near 24 in Norway House. Got over 30 degrees if you were in Flin Flon, and even up in Gillam into the high 20s. Again, not only records, but well above seasonal for this time of year. And not only some records, but for some of us, this was the earliest in the season that we've seen 30-degree temperatures in a long time. Carberry, you have to go back to May 2nd of 2000, 25 years ago in order to get a 30-degree temperature that was any earlier than we saw this year. Flin Flon, the records go back, at least public records, to about 1997, and we weren't able to find a 30-degree temperature prior to then. And Fisher Branch, you have to go back to at least 1995. So definitely unseasonably hot temperatures as we start the month of May. Overnight, that warm day going to continue into a warm night. Temperatures for some of us not getting much below 10 degrees, including in the Winnipeg area. Again, that cold front slides through, so a few of us could be catching some showers. Marginal accumulation, however, only from that. For northern Manitoba, quite a range in temperatures here. You're near the freezing mark if you're kind of in parts of the northern Interlake, but as you go further to the Hudson Bay coast, where we've seen temperatures struggle to get above the freezing mark through the day. Monday, we're going to be dropping back down to around about minus 10 or so, but things starting to warm up as we get into Tuesday, especially out in western sections where we have sunshine as temperatures jump into those double digits. But you'll notice that the cold front has moved through, so temperatures not quite as warm for much of us through southern Manitoba and really all of the province as we get into the day Tuesday, although the clouds will clear. We are expecting a breezy one, though, Riley, and I'll have the full details on your 7-day forecast just ahead.
Thanks, Ethan. Well, right now, there are up to 4,000 children in Winnipeg who aren't sleeping on a proper bed. But the Winnipeg chapter of Sleep in Heavenly Peace is trying to bring that number down by making and donating free beds to children in need. Madison Eldridge takes us inside their workshop.
So I'm here in the neighborhood of Elmwood, and behind those doors is a nonprofit that's doing something pretty magical. Let's go inside and take a look. So here's the owner, Jim Thiessen. Let's say hi. Hey, Jim. Hi. Good, how are you? All right, can you tell us, Jim, what's going on here? Can you tell us a little bit about the work you're doing here?
Absolutely. So our organization is Sleep in Heavenly Peace. We're a Canadian nonprofit charity that brings volunteers together to build and then later install twin-size beds in the homes of children here in Winnipeg that literally do not have a bed. So today, what we have is we have a group of 30 students from Balmoral School here in Winnipeg who've come to our facility here, and they're helping us build beds.
Can you take us back to what inspired you to start all this?
Well, I was a City of Winnipeg police officer for 28 years. On a regular basis, when I worked with the police, I would find myself in the homes of people in Winnipeg, and while I was there, I couldn't help but notice in some cases how the children were living and how they were sleeping specifically. Winnipeg, like any other major urban center, has a serious issue with children literally that do not have a bed to sleep on. So back in 2019, I was looking at retirement and trying to figure out what I was going to do with my time. And I heard about this organization operating down in the U.S. Called Sleep in Heavenly Peace. I really liked what they were doing, and I knew that their model would fit here in Winnipeg.
So can you tell me what's going on here?
Yes, so this is the start of our assembly line process. Basically, what you see right here is a finished product for our bed. But what we're doing here is we're taking the components, the pieces, if you will, that we use to assemble our headboards. And we're starting off by sanding them, and then they work their way through an assembly line process.
Me and my friend Leah were staining the head and footboard, so it's kind of like the very last step of it.
And how does it feel to know that, each of these headboards that you're staining is going to a child that needs a bed?
It's definitely very rewarding, and it feels good to help give back to people, because it's always just a good feeling to help out.
Each of these headboards then is going to a child that doesn't have a bed.
That's correct. These students will have built at least 20 beds by the end of their period here today. And that's going to be 20 children that are going to have a bed because of their efforts. And I think that's absolutely incredible.
And then I'm just wondering if you could share with us a moment, maybe one installation that stands out for you.
I think one of the ones that has always got to me. Every time I talk about it, I tend to get a little bit choked up because it involved a family. Obviously, since the start of the Ukraine war, we had a number of families come to Canada. After we installed the bed, we invited the kids in. The children came in, and now they're very excited, and they're happy, and they're smiling ear to ear. And I looked over, and I saw Mom standing in the doorway, and she was crying. And I asked her, I said, what's wrong? And she said, well, that's probably the first time I've seen them smile since they left their dad in the Ukraine. And it just hit me, and it still does, every single time I tell the story, how simple it is. It's a product that many of us take for granted, but for them it meant the world. And especially in an environment where everything is unknown and uncertain. So to be able to give that to them is a small price to pay, and it keeps us coming back and wanting to do it again and again.
Madison Eldridge, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Well, back to near seasonal temperatures as we get into Tuesday with some gusty conditions, especially in the morning. Skies clearing after a chance of showers overnight, and that'll be a theme for the next few days. As we get into Thursday, temperatures nearing the 30-degree mark once again. Possibly some relief, definitely in terms of temperature, but possibly in the form of some rain as we get into Friday. There is a slight chance of some showers and thunderstorms, and then the heat building back in for the weekend as we see the skies clear away. Temperatures getting into those mid-20s once again. But keep in mind, a gusty couple of days, I think, on Sunday and Monday. Those overnight lows, way above seasonal for this time of year. Those are temperatures, Riley, that we should be seeing overnight, usually in the middle of summer. So that looks like that'll be a theme as well as we go over this next week.
All right, thanks, Ethan. So, where were you when the Jets made round 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs? Well, some Manitobans were 39,000 feet in the air, somewhere over Saskatchewan, but that didn't stop a celebration. Their sky-high whiteout makes our daily lift.
The first WestJet White Out!
This was the moment where Shauna Hyman and a plane full of people on a flight to Winnipeg from Calgary found out the Jets won last night. The game tied as they were boarding, so one of the passengers set up an iPad so they didn't miss a moment.
We were literally in the air somewhere between Calgary and Winnipeg. I'm not exactly sure where. The plane was dark. All we could see was this man's iPad. A few other people had it on their iPhones. Then we win, and the plane goes bananas, like more waving. And then the flight attendants flash the lights on and off, like they make their own whiteout for us. It was truly Canadian, truly Winnipeg. Our hearts were so full, like everyone was into it. It spoke so much to our friendly Manitoba. Everyone wanted to, it was like, I can't even explain it. Like people that weren't even into the Jets, like everyone was into it.
Hyman says the flight crew were awesome. While the game was in OT, they tried to keep their announcements to a minimum and even joined in the celebration. And for good measure, I did take a look at where that flight path was as the game was on last night. At the time Adam Lowry scored, they were at 39,000 feet northeast of Swift Current, Saskatchewan. And now you know. And that is our program for this Monday. Thank you so much for being with us. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you on Tuesday.